Ipswich nil, Arsenal 4, Arsenal 4, Ipswich nil. I could get used to this, man. It's been a great Easter Sunday for us Arsenal fans. We kept a clean sheet. We scored a bunch of goals. We won the game. Obviously, we don't want to get dragged into this top four race with mathematically speaking, it's all up for grabs. We need to keep some momentum going, not only into Crystal Palace next week, but the big one, the two-legged clash against PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So, yeah, man, I'm a happy guy, man. You know, Trossard got 2 goals. Martinelli got among the goals. Those 2 players have struggled this season in terms of goals. And we all know, whether it's Nico Williams or whatnot, we all know we need a left winger. We all know we need a striker. We all know what we need to do as a football club, man. But it's always nice to win. Now, big up Ipswich. You know, I actually think it's weird, but I think you looked a lot better when you went down to 10 men. I think you defended well, soaked up the pressure that you could. You know, actually had literally a couple of chances to make sure we don't have a clean sheet. Now, going into the game, respectfully to Ipswich, both Arsenal and Ipswich's seasons are not done from a domestic point of view, but they're relegated away from the top 4. We can't win the league at this moment in time. We're just fulfilling fixtures, and again, for both clubs, you have to put your best foot forward. You have to want to win every game. You've got fans all around the world tuning in. You've got fans traveling, in Arsenal's case, and season ticket holders where Ipswich are concerned. So it's just about winning games and winning as many games and getting as many points as we can. So yeah, it's nice to score 4 goals. I think we actually got 100 goals for the season, which, you know, I wonder what that means for us talking about strikers and wingers and all of that stuff. On the topic of 100, I think, pardon me, Kieran Tierney's now made 100 appearances for the football club, which I thought would have happened a lot sooner. I think Martinelli's got 50 goals for our football club. I actually think Martinelli still never lost when he scored for Arsenal, in which, not to water down Martinelli, but obviously that genuinely means you don't score enough, if I'm completely honest with you. Big up Nwaneri off the bench. I did think that would go down as an own goal, but striker's finish. It's lovely to see Hayland. It's lovely to see Lewis Kelly. Shout out Nathan Butler-Adeji for making his debut as well. So there's plenty of positives, and, you know, it's always nice to win. For me personally, I think Merino was man of the match. I think the only problem you have with Merino is he's not the quickest, but he's looking confident. He's all action. He's making it happen. I think he had a great game. Trossard, I think, had a good game as well, scored the goals and whatnot. In terms of improvements, I do think there was an element of, you know, there is an element of fatigue. There is a bit of, you know, it's back to business now. It's like after the school holidays, which would have been Arsenal, Real Madrid, we're now back to school, where Ipswich, respectfully, is quite the come down. So I think we had to go into it, just win the game, be professional. And I think there were elements of that, respectfully to Ipswich. From the jump, you could see we were winning in it. The game was being played in their half. You know, it was some sweeping moves, if I'm brutally honest with you. We still got that problem of when we get to the final third, maybe we could score a bit more. Maybe our decision-making wasn't quite there. It did feel, until the goals came, or the first 2, that, you know, maybe one touch too many, maybe over-hitting or under-hitting passes, maybe not lacking ideas, but lacking that little bit of, not spark, but that little added missing ingredient that obviously gets you the goal. And, you know, there was a couple of occasions for Saka, I thought he would have bagged, and I thought he did bag it. Were in his day. I think Martin Ødegaard, obviously the title's a bit of a joke. I mean, he'd have to do a lot more to be described as being back, but he was kind of getting back to what he used to be, creating all over the park, doing what he needed to do. Obviously, when it comes down to 10 men, we had that quiet confidence. On the topic of sweeping moves, I did like the first goal, obviously, you know, that we put into the back of the net. With Martinelli, you have to credit Zinchenko for his role in that, or to be honest, I can't remember, but there was one of the goals where it was a sweeping move from back to front. Obviously, Ødegaard's been involved. Marino's done that little cute little flick. Martinelli's put it in the back of the net. Trossard's role in Martinelli's goal was also good. It's also nice to see technically Ødegaard get an assist and Trossard put the ball in the back of the net. Going into half time, I felt that, not that we were playing within ourselves, because it weren't one of them where we weren't. It was going through, not even going through the motions, but quote unquote going through the motions, really and truly. I did want a couple of more goals, because at a point in the second half, it was like Ipswich, they were probably thinking, you know what, we lost, as dumb as this sounds, we lost the first half. Can we win the second half or draw the second half? And at a point, the second half was 0-0. And just before we got those 2 added late goals, kind of, we did bang on the door a bit, really. I did like our set pieces, man. It was nice to see this kind of short set pieces. Shout out Rice for technically getting an assist as well. And it's obviously nice to see Nwaneri back, really. Like, Nathan went close. I thought, oh, man, he could have scored. There was a couple, man. You know, Odegaard hitting the poles. A couple of near misses from Bukayo. Obviously, Nathan off the bench finally gets his debut in the Premier League. Palmer did well for Ipswich, I felt, and actually their captain, he picked it over the bar. The best news I would say is where Bukayo Saka is concerned, allegedly it's nothing to fear about. We all saw him with an ice pack. What a horrible challenge that was. Even in one of the goals we scored, Trossard played a key role when he's fouled off the ball. Like that left back from Ipswich is a bit of a wally. Like, you're stepping on the Achilles of a player, man. Like, it's absolute BS. And this was someone that was getting a lot of hype. Absolute disgrace. And big fan of the Ipswich fans. Not that I was at the game, but big fan of the Ipswich fans booing a player that's getting kicked. And you mean his leg's been kicked up and he's flown in the air and you're upset about that? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we got the 3 points, done the double over Ipswich, got the 3 points. We now move on to Crystal Palace. It's as simple as that. We need to keep the form going. I don't want to say at the right time, but with the Champions League being all there is to play for, to see Martinelli getting a bit of confidence, I'm exaggerating a lot, but the first game in a while, yes, it's Ipswich, respectfully to them, but Odegaard's doing his thing. Merino's been in a good patch. You know, the young players are doing what they're doing. We're even seeing Raheem Sterling get minutes. We're doing what needs to be done. Kivior, every game you and Saliba play together, growing in confidence there. Respectfully to them, they didn't have much to do, if I'm brutally honest. Lovely to see Benjamin White get some minutes. I think Zinchenko did quite well as well. So yeah, man, positivity all round, man. Now we go on to Crystal Palace and what remains of this season, really. Let's just solidify top 4, put all our eggs in the Champions League basket, and hopefully we do what needs to be done.